Rwanda is a country endowed with natural beauty, from lakes and volcanoes to rainforest, savanna grasslands, and majestic flora and fauna.
In our country, when we talk about tourism, there are many products. Mainly, we talk about gorillas, about akagera for animals.
The country is a major destination for tourism, with 1.4 million tourists visiting Rwanda in 2023 alone. Many flock to Akagera National Park in the eastern province for the Big Five, and to Volcanoes National Park in the north to see the famous mountain gorillas.
You know Rwanda mostly through the gorilla tourism, but actually it's not fair for you guys because Rwanda it's much more than gorilla.
Rwanda is not just the volcanoes. You know, it's not the Volcanoes National Park, it's much more than that.
Beyond its natural beauty, Rwanda is also renowned for its world-class tea, coffee, and rich culture, which is increasingly attracting tourists from around the globe eager to experience these unique Rwandan treasures.
Agro-tourism, our heritage, both tangible and intangible, as well as our history.
Connecting to people, getting introduced to cultures, trying to dance the dances people dance. This gives you more life than just visiting natural places or nice places.
Cultural tourism is very, very important.
In the rolling hills of Nyamasheke, Western Province near the shores of Lake Kivu, lies a coffee stop along the bustling Kivu Belt Road that connects the coastal cities of Rubavu, Karongi, and Rusizi. But this is more than just a coffee stop. It's a full coffee plantation involved in the entire value chain from farming to roasting and selling coffee.
Kivu Belt Coffee Limited is a company which invests in all the coffee value chain, from farming to the roasting coffee. Yes, that means we have invested in farming. We have in the western province of Rwanda 3 estates coffee farm and 2 washing stations. That means we started by farming because we wanted to process our own coffee, and from our own coffee to share the experience and the good agriculture practices with other farmers around, smallholder farmers, and then for us to have the good quality of coffee from this western province of Rwanda.
Here, at this plantation, agrofarming takes center stage, offering tours that cover every aspect of the coffee production process, from seedling to the final cup.
If you are taking a coffee and you ask for a cup of coffee, they tell you it's 4,000 or $5 or $6. You feel like it's very expensive. And many countries in Africa and the world, they take coffee. There is a guest I had where in their country they have coffee like 60 times a day. Each and every coffee break, they don't put other varieties, other hot drinks than coffee. If that person here where to go and learn what it takes from seedling process of coffee until you have it traditionally without any espresso machine or whatever, it's very good experience.
This project is very important because from Karongi to Rusizi there is no stopover. So we have realized that that due to this opportunity of coffee farming, as a company, we need to create this coffee to combine tourism and coffee farming in order to generate to create other source of income to the farmers, also to urbanize this rural area, and also to monetize also this area.
Over the course of more than 2 hours in this hilly region, The coffee experience begins, starting with the warmth of Rwandan hospitality.
tuyikunde kandi tuyikorere ikawa yacu tuyitezeho byinshi cyane ikawa nziza we mawe irakarama.
From this point, the first phase of the experience begins, focusing on the coffee seedling process. Visitors then tour the plantation and even participate in picking ripe coffee beans ready for processing.
Our coffee experience it has a package of 3 main parties. The first party concerning the how to grow the coffee, during the nursery how to make a seedling. Then after nursery we go to the farm, how to work in the farm. Main activities done in the farm concerning weeding, mulching, pruning, picking, erosion control, and other activities which permit the coffee to be good in quality and quantity.
After the harvest, the next phase involves processing the coffee.
The second party concerning coffee processing in the coffee washing station. We pick the coffee which is ready for picking, which is good in quality, which is ready, means ripen well ripen. We picking means select, we select it because it is different from harvesting. We pick what you want. Then after picking, we go on the coffee washing station, we weigh how the quantity, then we sort and ripen the coffee, the sticky, the leaves, and so on. Then after we process the coffee by starting the frothing. We froth the coffee by use of water. Water can select the coffee, the heavy coffee and the frothy coffee. The good coffee far down at the bottom side of the tank, then the froth goes on the up the water. Then after we pulp by use of the pulping machine, we make a fermentation, then we grade the coffee. Grading means categorize the coffee according the density, according the good, how it is the good, the best quality, the second and the third. Then after grading the coffee, we sort again, because in some cases there are some pickers which can pick unripe coffee or overripe coffee. Then we select, because when sorting the overripe coffee, the machine can crash. Then when it is wet, the unripe coffee, it is very green. Then after we dry the coffee on the sun, it can take around 2 weeks to 3 weeks. It depends on the weathers, the climate, and so on. After drying the coffee, we keep the coffee into the store separately, the first quality, the second, and the third. Then after we send our coffee on the dry mill before selling the coffee. The experience for us in a coffee washing station take end on the store.
In the final phase, coffee aficionados get to savor the taste of Rwanda's famous coffee, prepared either using traditional methods or modern equipment.
Then you go to the third party, which is very important for Rwandan, because it is trained Rwandans to do the coffee in their home by use of local materials. We train the farmers to prepare the coffee in the natural manner. A farmer can pick the coffee which is ready, then he process it, dry it, and make a home roasting, and he take a cup of tea for drinking.
Though not a common trend within Rwanda's tourism offerings, agrotourism is becoming an important aspect of the country's tourism sector, and tourists are loving it.
I would describe this experience like the first word coming to my mind is fantastic. Like I'm very I've got emotion like living the whole process and seeing farmers working, having the opportunity to talk with you guys from the company. It's a fantastic opportunity to exchange and to understand better, especially because I've been working for a coffee company for some years, and I know the coffee company I was working for was buying coffee from here. So, and I've seen pictures from this farm. So it's again very emotional for me. You know Rwanda mostly through the gorilla tourism, but actually it's not fair for you guys because Rwanda it's much more than gorilla. It's a farmer country with a lot of culture, and every piece of land is cultured. So it's part of your how you say richness. And if you want to understand a country, you have to understand it from the beginning, from the soil to the people.
Rwanda's tourism industry is growing rapidly, and industry players are constantly innovating to diversify their offerings and enhance the tourism experience.
If you compare Rwanda in terms of protected areas, we only have 4 national parks, and you have more and more beautiful and protected areas, agrotourism, our heritage, both tangible and intangible, as well as our history, how Rwanda existed from when, the current situation, by who. It's all about an attraction to anyone who needs to learn more about our beautiful country. In the cultural tourism, many of our corners of Rwanda, they do have good heritage to learn and explore as a tourism package. For today, we do have recorded 107 heritage sites, very attractive, but the organization in charge, they are to record 500 culture and heritage sites in the country. If you hear that in terms of numbers, it's times hundreds and hundreds of what we currently sell.
Culture and heritage tourism, like agrotourism, is on the rise, giving visitors the chance to learn more about Rwanda through dance, crafts, and other cultural experiences.
Let's say about cultural performance. The common one in the whole country is dance, cultural performance plus inhode. But each district, they do have their own style of dancing. We have traditional music. We do have the story behind weaving urubohero, a Rwandese lady, how the Rwandese lady could live, behave in a family, and generating her indigenous skills of household activities to the fellow young ladies when they are making the basket.
This experience is one of the new packages offered to tourists for the Congo Nile Trail.
Our main focus is the Congo Nile Trail, but we also are doing cycling tours with regular mountain bikes and electric mountain bikes, as well as hiking, doing cultural tours around the area, but also along the trail. But we also do tours all over Rwanda, and we try to combine visiting the country on a mountain bike and visiting, you know, what I like to call real Rwanda, you know, going out into rural parts and seeing the people and how they live and interacting with them, instead of just jumping into a 4x4, going to gorillas, going to your lodge, and then, you know, getting back in your 4x4 and going back to the airport. So we do try and combine those, and we do that regularly, where people will go from Kigali all the way to Musanze, where the gorillas are, spend a day doing gorillas, and then continue and go down to Gisenyi, and then sometimes the whole Congo Nile Trail as well. So, you know, anywhere between 5 to 10 days that can take. We also do basketry and like traditional dancing, as well as sometimes along the trails we have good partnerships with some schools. So we have tourists sometimes go into schools and do a school visit, and then, you know, provide a little donation, as well as sometimes churches, especially on Sundays if people are going past some of the churches that we regularly go past in our tours. People will be invited in for service, or sometimes there's been an instance or two where people have been a part of a wedding. So, you know, that's how we try to integrate with Rwandan culture, try and get our guests, our clients to integrate with Rwandan culture for the short time that they're here.
The journey begins with an important aspect of Rwandan culture, dancing.
The dance of culture in Rwanda.
Very interesting.
This it is a mitero.
Imitero.
Of course. Started to dancing
Yes.
in Rwandan culture.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we can start umutembo. Sorry. That is umutembo.
Uh-huh. Like that, just a second.
This leg you can move like this. And the arms.
Yeah.
And here,
Yeah. Right?
like this. And move the arms.
Yeah, I get it. That's hard. Yeah, again, let me see it. Yeah, yeah.
Again,
The third one, huh?
One,
Just a sec. Yeah.
one, two. One. You're shaking your shoe.
Next, they learn the Amaraba dance, a graceful female-led performance. Finally, they try their hand at traditional drumming. For tourists, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
It was my first time to try this instrument. What's it called? What's the name?
Ingoma.
Ingoma. Yeah,
Imirisho.
Ingoma using the Emirisho. It looks kind of like some drums we have in my country, though with different beats, with different, let me say, rhymes, but they meet at a certain point. It was really nice. I mean, the first one was easy. I can remember it like 1, 2, right? Kinda. 1, 2, like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. It was quite difficult in the beginning, but the second one was nice. The last one was easy to learn, like, right? Mukalako, I said like, Mokalako, like that, right? Yes, yes. And then I was really involved in singing. I didn't understand what I was saying, but I liked it, I enjoyed it. And the very interesting point is that point of, yeah, back in my country we have this, we have something like that. We have, once you're listening, you're dancing, we say this, and we end it also like, yeah, that's the I was expecting Rwanda to be magical because of the videos I've watched, the articles I read, but when I came here I was completely surprised. It's much more magical. What you feel here, what you experience here is all brand new. Like Rwanda is a brand new life for me. People, souls, spirit, culture tourism is very important. Like connecting to people, getting introduced to cultures, trying to dance the dances people dance. This gives you more life than just visiting natural places or nice places.
Here, tourists also get to learn about traditional basketry and the art of weaving practiced by local women.
Our experience is based to women empowerment, is our objective. Because when we empower women, we empower nation, we empower all the world. When you will visit our community, you will live with the finished bag made by you, by your hands, and you will try to do this by introduction because it's finished in 3 days, and you will return after knowing dancing and wear dress your traditional clothes.
Another key aspect of Rwandan tradition is pottery, locally known as kubumba. This art has been practiced by historically marginalized communities for centuries and continues to thrive today.
When they have the clay, they mix with another stone which you call the imonyi and the water, and they can pound it together around 2 hours in order to have the fresh clay. When they have the fresh clay, they have like a half of the pot, the small one, which help them to make a shape of the items they want to make. Because they like to use the handmade instead of using the machine. You will visit some different places where they make pottery, you will see them using the machines. But they say, no, we don't have to use the machine. In the way for making an items, from at the beginning up to the end, it takes 7 days. And 7 days composed with the 2 parts. 4 days with the half of the pot, which can help an items to keep their shape. After 4 days, they separate half of the pot and the items, because if they can spend 7 days to separate half of the pot and the items can be more complicated. That's why they said after the 4 days, we have to separate half of the pot and put half of the pot aside, and we can keep our items on the sun, but not at the strong sun, because when they put on the strong sun, it can be broken because it is a clay. That's why every item from the clay you have to be careful, because it is the clay, not metal, even the plastics. It means that when it fall down, it can be broken. That's why you have to be careful.
This culture-based tourism not only offers tourists a deeper understanding of Rwanda's heritage, but also has a significant economic impact on communities across the country.
This product we are giving here, those who are dancing will have their income from that visit. Those who are, we taught them how to do handcraft, for them to offer some gifts or to sell some handcraft from Rwanda to the visitors, to the tourists. And this is another source of income. We were doing what we can, that means not only with the salaries, we are working on giving them the medical insurance, like as mutuelle de santé. Casual laborers, we make sure to pay social security for them, that we register them in the social security, and we pay for them for them to be insured at least for the pension.
Ubu naguzemo inka I bought a car. My kids are in college. I pay my medical insurance on time. I have access to medicine. I have bought a plot of land, and I even built a house with tinted windows. Those beautiful tinted windows. I have a husband and we cooperate, but I don't depend on him. I dress well thanks to my work here.
As Rwanda's tourism sector sees a rise in visitor numbers, tour operators are working tirelessly to introduce new packages and offer tourists the best possible experiences.
Today, I would say we started far, we are heading to the farthest. I remember beyond the gorillas when we started in 2010, there was even no guideline for culture tourism, but now it exists and it is into good use by industry players, the cultural tourism players. If you look at the decoration of Kigali, if you enter a conference venue, you can see some cultural touches. As per now, it was not something that could be happening for many years ago.
We say that we have other farms on the lake. It's an experience which we can offer. On the lake, they can have a boat ride and see experience the coffee experience in our peninsula farm. And we are thinking about now bringing the camping site and having a package which is longer.
That is something that combining both Rwandan Adventures and the Artisan Lab, especially with agro-tourism, especially doing the baskets, all of that is grown, it comes from grasses. They dry it, they beat it, it becomes the fibers, they then, then they put it all together, they dye it with natural dyes. And then also combining coffee and tea tours as well. Those are very popular in places like South America, but I don't see why they can't also be very popular here. People are interested and we get great reviews.